guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Dr. Stone. We're now on season 1, episode 12, which is called Buddies Back to Back. Not sure what that means, because honestly, there's so many people that could refer to. The only buddies we've really seen, truthfully, in this show have been Senku and Taiju, and they've been separated for some time now, so I can't think it's them. Maybe it's Kinro and Ginro, but I thought they were brothers. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that. Anyhow, last episode, we were continuing with the Kingdom of Science under Senku. The next invention was glass, which is necessary for them to start making the next steps in creating the medication that will hopefully help Ruri. But of course, overall, he's just continuing to set up his plan to build up his nation so that it can eventually be able to withstand anything that Tsukasa might send their way. And so that went pretty well. We've got glass. We're preparing for the grand bout because that's what's going to be necessary for them to win. One of them needs to win from the Nation of Science in order to make sure that they can even get the medication to Ruri, but also be able to open up science and more progress with this small town. So that's pretty much where we got last episode. We're still, it looks like, working towards preparing for the grand bout. And of course, the ultimate goal of getting that medicine ready so that they can save Ruri and basically show this community that science is the way forward and that it's not just witchcraft and whatever else that they might believe about it. So excited to get into this episode, about to do that. But just before I do, a quick reminder that I do a lot of reactions here on this channel to all kinds of good stuff, including more animes. So if you'd like to support me and my goal of hitting 20K in the new year, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And if you like this video, please show it some love with some thumbs up and some comments below. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right about now. Sir, pay attention. That tongue. Exactly. We're practicing. The tears. Really? With the spear in his mouth? Y'all too much. Poison. Poison. I learned that from a K-drama recently, actually. See, and they tell you that entertainment doesn't teach you anything. But I've heard that. Silver is really, it's a purifier in general, but yes, it can tell you if something is poisonous. It tests for arsenic. Eyes are so insanely big. Wow. Yeah, can we let the girl who's actually got the bravery go? I mean, they lost any advantage to any other enemies that are in the area because he keeps screaming, it's okay. Once again, Senku wiped out by a little bit of cardio. Bro, you really need to just breathe, meditate. Okay. Gotcha. Well, you could also look at the birds. If they're not flying over, then that's probably a good indicator that you shouldn't be there. And this kid's just walking aimlessly. No more Dajaba, huh? Oh, he's already high. But at least he'll go out happy. Bro! Takes the girl every time. I was gonna say, aren't the birds a good indicator? That is your way of knowing as well if you didn't have the spear. Wow, sir, your imagination needs help. It's nothing. Look away. Forget it. This imagery. Sulfuric acid, yep. It's also a very good weapon if you need to use it. I really hope you don't, but... And he never got up again. That quick. True facts. We think we're tough until nature decides to step in. I was gonna say, you just need to cover your faces or figure out a way to cover your faces. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, you're probably gonna have to find animals. I hate that. But that is the way we used to test in the past. Animals were, like I said, watch the birds, the canaries in the mines. Like, we use animals. He's right. And at least if Tsukasa finds you, he's not going to be looking for you. He's going to be looking for Senku. Damn. You sure he's going to retain all that? He's grown fond of you, maybe. I mean, what you know up until this point will go away, but again, people will inevitably always rediscover science no matter what you do. Tsukasa will learn that the hard way, and he eventually will pass away even if he didn't learn it, you know? That's right. He said, look at him, he's just like Taiju. Period. He said what he said. Aww. Senku has a way of getting ride or dies, doesn't he? Oh? He's getting the looks like you, Senku. Look how much he's absorbed you in such a short time. That's right, tag team, back again. Yes, that's the one thing that Senku always does, is he underestimates the people around him. And he needs to, just the way he needed Taiju back in the day, he needs people. 0.1% may be all you need, baby. All you need is a chance. We think. We have no idea. We haven't seen them in episodes. Got it. And she was like, what the hell was all that? Makes sense. She doesn't want to be. Yeah, you can't tell it to her like that, even though it's logical. Yeah, I can see that reasoning. Oh, she did it on purpose. Alright, so she completely understands where Chrome's coming from. Maybe. He's like, you're too strong. Maybe. I don't see it for you two. I feel like she's already got a crush on Senku, even if Senku doesn't see it yet. Okay. Acquired. I have faith in you two. I know for sure that Senku is going to be around anyways, because he is the main character. The show's dark, but it hasn't been dark enough to have anyone not make it so far. It's okay, bro. It's not to say you're not brave, but hey, you are the one who got affected. You almost didn't make it. What else are they gonna do? Right? You're gonna use up all the air. True. You might die of a panic attack first. He's shaking. No one likes the prospect of not making it. No one. But as they say, true bravery is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Damn. I mean, you didn't have to say it quite so plainly, but yes, correct. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with understanding that you're not ready. Exactly. Fear is a very necessary emotion. It is literally for our survival. Now, of course, it can hinder you if you have a little too much of it, but we all fear it. We all feel it, I should say. Exactly. That's why she does what she does. You think she's not scared? Just her love for her sister means more to her than the fear. Did you? No! No! Damn, you're falling in slow motion. I need this power. You better, Ginro! Them reflexes, bring his ass back quick. Bro, he's trying to hold a whole man at the end of a stick. You need to help him. Great. Can we swing him to the left or right, please? Exactly. Really? You couldn't help out at all, Senku? Period. Good work, boys. Now get the hell out of there quickly. Group effort. We love it. Okay, guys. Well, that was another fun episode. We are continuing on our quest to make this medicine. And we see that this buddies back-to-back is now that Senku has found a new friend, a new bestie, which, I mean, is great. We miss Taiju a lot, but Senku needs help. And that's something that we've seen he's struggled with pretty much his entire life, thinking that it's his job to protect others because he's so much smarter than they are. But again, you would think he would have remembered with his relationship with Taiju. Taiju may not be able to rival him in intellect, but his tenacity, his strength, his loyalty, those have all worked out to be literally life-saving for Senku more than once, actually. And so, again, I'm hoping that at some point in this series, Senku is going to start recognizing that intellect is not everything. Like, just because someone doesn't necessarily match you as far as their knowledge or ability to understand things does not mean that they're not valuable or very useful in ways that you're not. And we've seen that. I love that the show makes it very clear that while Senku is very smart and comes up with a lot of different ways to handle situations, my guy can't walk a mile without huffing and puffing. My guy's got no manpower, no strength. He's got there's balances, right? He's not good at everything. He's not a monolith. Like, he needs help. He needs people to help fill in the gaps where he can't or is not able to do certain things. And Taiju used to do a lot of that for him. And now he's got Chrome here, who maybe isn't as strong as Taiju is physically, but as he said, like, I don't want you to think that somehow your life is not as valuable as mine or that I need to be protected. Like, I understand the risks that are being taken just like you, and I'm old enough to make that decision for myself. So, if you're going to go out there, I'm going to go out there. But I really like the theme that they put throughout the episode, which is that you should never make a situation where it seems like someone's life is less valuable or less worth living. And like he said, if you're willing to go into this with the idea that it's okay if you die, you're going to have a much different mentality than if you go in there thinking, no, my life is important because I'm supporting someone else. And so, yeah, he said, I'm going to be there with you. Like, there's a better chance of success if you don't go by yourself, which is always the case with most things. And also, if you have the mentality that I'm here and I could get hurt just as much as you're here and you could get hurt, you're going to be more careful. You're going to take less risks. And it's true. Like, intrinsically, if we feel like as humans we have something to protect, we tend to act differently and be far more tenacious than if we just think about protecting ourselves. And so that was the same thing we saw with eventually Ginro. He was scared, understandably, but I like the little talk that they had about what fear really is and that it's not a bad thing to have fear. We all have it. However, letting fear stop you from doing the things that are important to you is where fear becomes a problem. It's there to save us, but we can overcome it, and we do all the time. All of us do things at some point in our lives where we're scared to do it, but we push through it anyway. And we saw that Ginro was able to do that when he recognized that it's okay. He was ashamed of himself for being scared, but as the old man said, the fear's not the problem, it's what you do with it. And so he chose to go after he accidentally created another gas mask for him. So it turned out it was a good thing he went, because it turned out to be a life-saving measure for our guy. But yes, I love seeing that. And then we saw the illusion as well with Kohaku and her sister, right? She was like, they were preparing for her to take Ruri's place when she passed, but as Kohaku said, like, if you keep thinking that I'm the backup plan, then it gives Ruri less incentive to keep fighting and my dad less incentive to keep her alive, which is sad, but that is the way, like, unfortunately, subconsciously, that would be a thought for both of them. So she's like, no, I'm not going to learn this. I'm not going to be your backup plan. I'm going to make it so that keeping her alive is a priority for both of them. And then I'm going to do that as well, because as long as they understand that it's not like her life is expendable because I'm here, there's a better chance of her progressing and doing well. And again, as I said, it's that does work. Honestly, people will act differently if they feel like they've got a reason to live. And again, I don't think that Ruri wants to die, but she's been told since she was a kid that she wasn't going to live long. And that kind of stuff actually can stick in a brain and get people believing that. And I've also seen in many situations where when someone's been told, despite the diagnosis they've been given, that the life is in their hands and that they can still do whatever they want to do, that some of them end up being miracles by medical standards and living long past what they were predicted to live. So again, Ruri, she's thinking if she's the only one who can keep these tales, as she calls it, alive and keep the culture alive, and that her sister is someone that's going to be an outcast until she can change things, it's going to give her the incentive to fight through and to not just give in to her illness until, as we see, they create something that can help her with it. So yeah, really good heartwarming message in this episode, but also a lot of fun science as well around the origins of sulfuric acid and how we need it and how dangerous it is to acquire before we learned how to do things such as breathe through dangerous gases. So yeah, as usual, really good episode, educational as well as fun, and I enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love to this video, and we will see you in the next one.